Hi guys, how you doing? My name's Leif Bardoy, and you are getting 3 Canadians in a row. I'm from Victoria, BC, Canada. Really excited to tell you about Kiind. So Kiind is a way to send gift cards, but you don't pay for them until they actually get used. So gift cards, prepaid gift cards suck. They're based on pre-digital models of payments, like literally century-year-old model of like the paper gift certificate. And no one wants to pay for a gift card that gets used. So we've actually been in the deferred payment side of gift cards for over 2 years. We work with global brands like Apple, Amazon, Nike. And so we've been experimenting with, pay on activation gift cards. But today I'm really excited to announce we are launching a full end-to-end service for merchants. So you can add a simple piece of JavaScript to your site, get pay on use gift cards. Enough talk, let me show you how it works. So this is Graham here. Graham recently introduced me to an awesome customer, and I happen to know that he loves artisanal coffee. So I Google up like a great little coffee shop near his work, and there's gift certificates. So we'll say add gift certificate, and again, it's a piece of JavaScript that a local business just dropped into their site. We're really focusing on e-commerce companies, but we'll do this demo here. So while that loads up with the Wi-Fi, pretty straightforward stuff. As it loads up with the Wi-Fi. Or we can move to something else. There we go. All the standard stuff you'd see on a gift card, name, email, select an amount. Now what's interesting here is the use before field. Now because Kiind securely holds your credit card like an app store and doesn't charge it till the transaction happens, you as the giver are able to set an expiry date on when you want this person to use the gift card by. So this will trigger notification, reminders to say, hey, if you don't use this the next year, don't forget you have it, so that way no one has, the tons of gift card in the back, the back of their drawer. We're all digital. So I think Graham's going to use this right away, so 3 months is good. Go to the next step. There's some nice themes here, all the standard stuff if you've ever given a gift card before, delivery date, subject line. So, I'll say something really nice to Graham for the intro, you're an awesome person, blah, 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 blah. We'll send it right now. So the next step is pretty straightforward. I've already added my credit card to Kiind. You don't need an account or anything to send. Obviously, I have a Kiind account, being the founder of the company. So my credit card's plugged in here. And again, this is securely held and only charged when Graham goes to the store to use the transaction. If I give him $10 and he only spends $5, my card is only charged $5. So next step, we're going to review everything, take a look. Looks good. Processing. So let's send this gift out. Final step is a nice little tracking code that I get. So Kiind will actually allow you to see when people open the gift so you can confirm that it was received, resend it if needed, all that other stuff. We'll show you the tracking stuff later. For now, let's actually go to the recipient experience. So, Graham's working away. He gets a nice little email from me that says, hey, thanks for all the good things you've done. Here's a $10 coffee card. And being the caffeine fiend that he is, he drops everything he does and goes to that artisanal coffee shop to use his gift card. So, coffee shop, we are built into the checkout systems of certain e-commerce platforms like Magento, POS systems like Vend, or local businesses can also use our Kiind scanner app. Pretty straightforward. Come in, Graham scans a QR code on his device with a gift email. And when the transaction happens, and that can be marked as used. And at this point in time, when it scans, it's the light, Graham, from behind. There we go. At this point in time, my credit card is being charged for the gift card. So I know it's sort of, so it's a very simple app for the local businesses. For the e-commerce store, they would call out to Kiind's API to check the validity, and then we charge the card. At this point in time, I get a notification email on my device. I can log into my Kiind account if I have one as well, and see the campaign information to see that Graham actually received the card, that my credit card was charged, all that stuff. So yeah, this is our existing product, but what we're launching today is this end-to-end merchant service. So why don't we talk a little bit about the business side of things now? You guys probably know gift card industry, huge, $120 billion a year, up to 20% or more of all gift cards never get used. $20 billion of waste each year coming out of your and my pockets. So I know what you're thinking. Don't merchants love this? Don't they love the breakage and walking away with it? And you know what? 10 years ago, they did. There were very few consumer protection laws, but now there's increasingly stringent consumer protection laws and tax implications for gift cards, making prepaid cards more and more of a headache for merchants and retailers. Absolutely. If you're Starbucks, you've got a team of people managing this stuff. If you're a mid-sized e-commerce company selling in multiple jurisdictions, dealing with state-by-state legislation, or you're selling in multiple countries, gift cards are a necessary thing you have to offer your customer, but a pain in the ass. So Kiind solves that. Plus, forget all the, here's all the business reasons. Prepaid gift cards just punish your customer for giving you a referral. What is a gift card? It's your great customer telling someone about your business, trying to get them in the door for you, and what's your response as a company? A prepaid card that's going to punish them if that referral never comes through? That's just not forward-thinking and customer-centric. So Kiind allows businesses to serve their customers better, while disrupting a huge industry. We have raised just under $1 million to date. We're currently looking to close out our round right now. We are looking to talk to institutional investors who sort of get this space, who see an opportunity in a big disruption and betting on a startup. We've done a lot with just under $1 million. We also have some Canadian grant money, so there's some good parts about being in Canada with some non-dilutive capital from the government. We've really stretched our dollars. History, we launched our beta in 2012 with some local businesses. 2013, we launched our existing marketplace product, which is currently generating revenue. That's where we're working with big companies like Amazon and Apple and Nike, where you can send a deferred payment gift card. And then today, we are launching the service for merchants, where you can embed gift cards on your website, have them fully powered and managed by Kiind. So if you are an investor, love to come talk to you. We have demo pit table. I'm right here. I'm really tall. You should be able to find me. Next slide. My background, I was the marketing director of an interface design agency called MetaLab. I was also the operations manager of another digital gifting startup for 3 years on the charity side. So I have an excellent technical partner named Peter Locke, who's the former engineering lead at Aid Books, which was acquired by Amazon.com. So he's a senior software architect. We've got an awesome platform. Some of our advisors include people from Hootsuite, eBay, Full Stack, MetaLab as well. We've got a small team, and of course, like any good startup, we are hiring. So if you are in the Bay Area, you have experience selling to e-commerce platforms or to e-commerce companies, I'd really love to talk to you. We're also looking to hire account managers. If you want to come to beautiful BC, Victoria, BC, Canada, if you're not Canadian but you want to be Canadian and live in an excellent West Coast city, we're also hiring in Victoria. Lots of great beer, lots of great, coffee shops, all this stuff. So engineers, sysops, intermediate developers, designers, and account managers. Again, come talk to me, come talk to Graham, come talk to that guy Tim wearing a Kiind t-shirt. So yeah, if you're one of a kind, I'm right here. So I think that's it for my presentation. Kiind is a way to send gift cards over email, but you don't pay for them until it's used. Simple story. You should now look at prepaid gift cards and wonder why you have ever paid up front for them. So simple story that we think is disruptive. We're generating revenue. We're hiring. We're looking to connect with institutional investors. And today we've launched a service for merchants. I think that's it. Probably lots of questions, so I'll open it up to you guys. Thank you very much for your time. Good job, Graham.
Any questions for you?
Just try to be prepared to demo the marketplace
on a mission.
If need be.
Hey, Leif, thanks for the presentation.
Thank you.
Just wanted to ask you about, how does the the fee model work? How do you guys think about the pricing and the structure of the pricing? And is it post-transaction, or do you kind of do it upfront? How does that whole flow work?
So yeah, you and I spoke actually before this. So I don't know if you're asking about our current marketplace product or what we've launched today. So the merchant service, we charge a small fee to the merchant, anywhere from 55 cents to 35 cents per gift sent. And then we own that whole transaction. So we also, mark up the credit card transaction a little bit, but we cover 100% of the fraud and risk and liability on that as well. So we really have, our pricing is also sort of pay on use as well. We didn't want to slot people into, as much as I like monthly recurring revenue, if you're not using something, no one really wants to pay for it. So we think we have a great model that's sort of tiered pricing based on volume. So the more volume a merchant's doing, the cheaper it gets. For your use case where you're looking to build into our API to access Amazon codes, send them out as an offer and not pay for them until those codes are activated, we have a monthly subscription model or a flat per fee gift, processing fee to send out gifts through our platform. And that's all available through our API. So you and I can chat about that later.
Thank you.
Another question?
Hey, I can hear you.
Right.
Okay.
Hi, thanks for your presentation. So what's the incentive for retailers to use your product? Because retailers like dead gift cards, right? Because they have the money.
Yeah, that's right. So the incentive for retailers is it's better for their customers. So if you're not a forward-thinking retailer, there are increasingly stringent state-by-state consumer protection laws and tax implications surrounding prepaid gift cards. So you can't expire them. They have to sit on your books for 5 years or more. And for example, in Canada, Canada's just completely removed expiry dates on prepaid gift cards. So they actually sit as a liability on companies' books. Plus, because of escheatment laws, they're being taxed like unclaimed property. So now you have a liability on your books that sits for at least 5 years, and when you try to clear it as revenue, states are treating it like, hey, that's not necessarily your property, so we're going to tax you at a way higher rate. So now, the managing the gift cards and the liability around it becomes so much more costly. Plus, we see that with solutions like Kiind in the market, and the way legislation is going, that the management of gift cards is becoming increasingly complicated, especially because it's treated on a state-by-state level. So if you're a mid-sized company, managing all that complexity is a real pain. So that's the reason why merchants are saying yes. But that's all the legislation, blah, 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 fear-mongering stuff. The real reason is this is just better for your customers. Does that answer your question? Thank you.
How do you help merchants deal with those regulatory issues, right? Like if I'm an e-commerce company, I have customers in California. Here, gift cards, like you're saying, in Canada never expire. Florida may be different. I understand that it doesn't get charged until you redeem the code. How are you facilitating that for them if they're just implementing this for the first time? Yeah, so all the legislation exists because it's prepaid, because money has transacted, and now one business is essentially acting like a bank, and all the laws are around that. With Kiind, it is an offer of a gift card until the transaction happens, where it's immediately cleared as revenue. There's nothing to manage because we are in a completely different legislative environment. We're not subject to any of the laws that prepaid gift cards are. So, no headache. Are you looking to expand at some point beyond into other areas of stored value beyond this kind of like basic conceit of gift cards that we're familiar with? And what's on your roadmap for the next couple of years? We see a great opportunity with our API. There's a nice symbiotic relationship, I guess, between the product that is currently generating revenue that has an API where people are building their apps and powering purchase rewards through, and then making that when our service for merchants also gives them access to be sold in our marketplace, to have their gift cards, sold or purchased by people who are building into our API, to do large corporate campaigns if they have a big corporate buyer who wants to sync a Salesforce list of 10,000 people and send out gift cards. So we see, we really see ourselves as a platform play with the fundamental belief that you should not pay for a gift card until it gets used. Oh. Yeah, the transaction fee. So we pass that back to the merchant. So you would give me a gift card in this scenario,
we bill your credit card $100 if I spend $100. So for the merchant, we say, hey, the credit card fee is this plus Kind's 35-cent fee for the service, and the merchant will get like $97.50 or something like that.
So if I do a $100 gift card and I do 3 transactions out of it, I get 3 times the fees.
That's right. That's one of the challenges of our system right now, is that that if there is less than full value transactions, it becomes multiple transactions. On the other hand, statistically, most people overspend on gift cards. So the minority of it is a minority of people who don't spend the full amount, because the way we all think of gift cards, of course, is it's like free cash, so you end up overspending. I think the stat is around 25 to 35% overspend. So that's, by building something new challenges and questions arise, but we think that's a solvable problem. And by, as we increase in volume, we think we can really get our credit card rates quite competitive. That's probably better than a lot of merchants are getting, because we'll be a volume purchaser, right, from processing companies.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys, my name is Leif from Kiind. Hope to run into you through the conference. Thank you for your time.